Hey y'all, and welcome to Stivers Homestead. I'm Zach, and this is Barn Chat. So in Barn Chat, we discuss things that have been discussed within our family throughout the week. Things that have popped up, things that we just talked about, and then we come to share it with you all. Some get a little deep, this one gets a little spicy, and some are a little bit more informative on things that are happening around us that we need to be aware of. We never dive in too deep on certain political issues. However, if it does affect farming, homesteading, stuff like that, we are going to talk about it. We're going to talk about solutions. That's the biggest thing with Barn Chat is I like to bring the problem that has arose and then what solutions and steps we can take to not let them impact us. Today, I need to give a little pre-warning. This one is around healthcare, pharmaceuticals, and doctors. Now, I want to start by saying that I have the utmost respect for our healthcare workers. Our nurses, our nurse practitioners, assistants, CNAs, you name it, I have the utmost respect for you all. You all are out there working with boots on the ground, working hard and trying to keep people safe and healthy. This video is more about people that have agreed with contracts with pharmaceutical companies that are pushing drugs that are unnecessary. So if you're never seen any money from signing any of these kind of big old contracts with doctors and pharmaceuticals, this is not pointed towards you. This is pointed towards the broken system that we are facing in the medical field that I'm sure that you all probably know more than I do if you are in the healthcare field. However, we have a personal story to share today of a close acquaintance, and we're going to keep this person completely anonymous, but they have allowed me to share their story because it's one that is very crucial, and it's important for everyone to understand what is happening, and it's important to understand why we push medicinal herbs and natural healing so hard. And this is the proof in the pudding. So with the warning out of the way, y'all ready? So that's how it's gonna lay out. I'm gonna tell you the story, I'm gonna tell you the problem, then we're gonna get to the solution. So, the story. This person died. They died for 8 seconds. And it is 100% because their doctor's fault. And this is what happened. This person has a family history of high blood pressure. Family history of it. It's something to be aware of, keep your eye on. It doesn't mean medicine is immediately necessary, but it is something to be aware of. This person is also 30s, 40s. So good health, other than just some family history, that's about it. So this person goes to his doctor, someone that he sees regularly, his primary, and they put him on a blood pressure medicine. Well, the blood pressure medicine is something that, first off, he didn't need, and it was too high of a dosage. So he has this very high dosage of blood pressure medicine that is a synthetic drug that our bodies will eventually become resistant to. And he was starting to have side effects from this blood pressure medicine. He goes back to his doctor. Well, instead of saying maybe it's the blood pressure medicine that's causing the issue, let's give you more drugs. Let's add more drugs to treat the symptoms from the other drugs that we have. So long story short, he ended up having a cocktail of drugs, of way too high of dosage of stuff that his body didn't need. Well, one day, this person started to feel ill and went to the ER. And as they're hooking him up, he dies. He goes into cardiac arrest for 8 seconds. There's a beautiful part of this story too, though. During those 8 seconds, this person said it felt like it took forever. Like it was much longer than 8 seconds. They were in a tunnel and they could see the light, and it's like he was traveling towards that light. He said as it got closer, it felt like somebody was pumping the brakes, like somebody would slow it down and stop it. He said the next thing he knows, it came to a halting stop, and that's when he woke up and he was staring at a loved one that was beating on their chest. So the beautiful part of that is this made a not so believer into someone that's maybe a little bit more of a believer this time. I love those stories. I love hearing those stories of encounters with God. It's pretty beautiful, and if you don't think it is, you don't have to, but we always hear the stories. That part was really neat to hear from a trusted source, because there's all kinds of movies, there's all kinds of stories about people saying this stuff, and you never truly know if what they're saying is honest or not. But it was nice, it was really beautiful to hear from someone that we do trust. So back to the story at hand. He comes together, he's fine, thankfully, but it's only because he had a good bill of health. He's younger, and because he is in good shape and healthy is the reason he was able to come back out of it. A lot of people would not have been this lucky. A lot of people, that would have been the end of it. They would have passed on and not came back. So after leaving the ER, he gets a new doctor. the new doctor looked at his medical report and his history and was baffled about the amount of drugs and the dosage of drugs that he was on, and said that this is probably the reason that you were feeling so bad, and went to the ER. He didn't even have high blood pressure. He was a borderline blood pressure, something that could have been managed very easily without any kind of medicine. So the new doctors got him on generics, got him on much lower dosage, and this person, thank God, is feeling a lot better. They're focusing on their health, they're focusing on their weightlifting and just cardio and everything, just making sure that he stays very healthy in case anything was to ever happen again. That's the story. Here's the problem. The problem is no surprise. It's Big Pharma. It is 100% the problem. Medicine, a synthetic medicine, is never going to help you like you're being told it's going to help you. We're being prescribed medicine for our symptoms. We are not being prescribed medicine to be treated and healed. If medicine doesn't have an end date, it's a problem. And what I mean by end date is if you and your doctor haven't come up with a plan, we're going to take this for this amount of time, and we're going to try to get you off of it, it's a problem. No medicine should be till the end of time for two reasons. One, it's terrible. It means that it's not treating the underlying issue. It's just treating symptoms to mask what the underlying issue is. And two, you're going to get resistant to a synthetic medicine. Go back to our barn chat about animals and dewormers. It's synthetic. So then they're going to have to keep bumping you around to different brands, different types, different cocktails that Jen and I like to call them, to make sure that your body's still reacting to the drugs. And then you get that drug and you have symptoms, because we all see the side effects on all these commercials. It's like, my goodness, I think I'll take the upset stomach and not have to worry about all these other side effects, the one that's including death. If you are taking a medicine that says some symptoms could include death, I don't do it. It's nuts, these side effects that are coming from these synthetic drugs that they're pumping into our body. So you're taking this, and then you get another medicine to treat the side effects of that one. Then this one gives you side effects, say it makes you sleepwalk. Then they give you another thing for sleepwalk. And then all this stuff just starts counteracting itself against each other. But next thing you know, you have a Monday through Friday pill box, and I'm sure some people watching right now have it, that you're popping 10 pills at a time every day, because each one is trying to battle the other stuff that the other pill's giving you, and nothing that your body's actually doing. It's just the pills making you sick in different forms of fashion, so they fight it with another pill. We got to open our eyes. We got to be able to see this, right? So in other barn chats, we talked about farm stores and how they're talking about it's locally grown and this and that. And it's not. It's being shipped in from wherever. And we wanted to start asking questions on where is this stuff coming from? Well, don't just take it when you're shopping. Take it with your doctors too. Take it with the medicine that they're trying to prescribe you. What's the specifics with this medicine? What is it doing for me? For the original reason I came in here with a problem, what's it doing for that? If it's not doing anything for my original problem, then I don't want to take it. If it's to treat a side effect of something else, then give me something else over there that doesn't give me that side effect. We all know there's a slew of medicines that are out there. So this is the problem. The problem is we have doctors that are signing contracts with these pharmaceutical reps to push a specific drug that they have. And so then the doctors try to wiggle this thing in to make sure that it works if you have symptoms that this one could probably treat, because they're getting paid on the other hand, not just for you coming to your visit and through your insurance, they're getting paid from the pharmaceutical companies with these different contracts to push a trial drug. This is the problem. Are you ready for the solution? I think you're probably going to guess it. Benny, where'd you find that egg? Stuff in the funny farm. It's all right. So you're sitting there. Zach, I hear you. I'm one of those. I'm taking the slew of cocktail prescriptions that I've been prescribed. I'm going to start looking into what each one does. That's your one more thing. You're going to start looking into what each one does, and you're going to start asking hard questions to your doctors. Hard questions. It's your body. You have the power of what goes in it. I wish that it was back in the day and we all could trust our doctors like we used to, right? We used to go to these people with our full trust, knowing that they have the best interest in us. It is not that way no more. There are still some good, old-timer doctors that are out there that you can trust, but overall, it feels like we cannot trust our doctors that are seeing us because they have money on the mind. That's why everybody comes to the States. All the doctors that come to the States and don't stay in their countries because they're making more money here with Big Pharma than what they can make doing good, honest work in their countries. It does feel like it's an America problem, but I do know this is also starting to impact all around the world. So if you're one of those that already got a bunch of meds, you're going to start asking hard questions. You're going to start figuring out what each one does for your actual body, not just treating side effects of other medicine. And then you're going to maybe address with your doctor that we need to condense this or figure out something else because there's no end date on any of this medicine. You want me to take it till I pass away. And that's not okay. Let's figure out what my problem is, and let's see if there's any kind of treatments to actually make it better or completely gone, or if anything, just anything to get me not having to take all these synthetic drugs. That's the first step. The second step, if you're like this acquaintance that told us this amazing story that's just borderline, that doesn't have to have a slew of drugs, go natural. Natural medicine, herbs. If you're borderline anything, there is an herb that can help keep you under that level to where you don't need a medicine. If you have high blood pressure, hawthorn is a very potent herb for blood pressure. You don't want to mix it with synthetic drugs though. This is stuff that you have to kind of work with. You do need to work with your doctors because again, we're not medical professionals. We just know the information on what herbs can do. Hawthorn tincture, it's one I take, but I'm not on any other prescription medicine for high blood pressure. And it works like a charm. Inflammation, stuff like that, turmeric. Turmeric is your answer, not a prescription drug. Cold and flu, not NyQuil. Elderberry, hibiscus. Allergies and sinus, marshmallow and mullein. These are all simple things that can be taken to solve your problems without having to go to the doctor and get on another prescription medicine. And here's the fear, y'all. More and more people are starting to catch on to the stuff I'm telling you right now. And we all need to be aware that there's going to eventually become a time when herbs are going to be attacked because we, the majority, is starting to grow towards herbs and natural healing. So it's something that you need while you can right now, and it's stuff that we do, is start growing it, start making your own medicine. If you can't do that, we offer it at thestivershomestead.com. This is not a sales pitch whatsoever because I want you to have longevity. So you can learn how to make tinctures. You can learn how to make syrups. You can learn how to make salves. It's very easy. We have videos all over this channel about that and about natural healing. You can learn. But if it is not possible, stock up on it. Stock up on it. We're bottling a bunch of tinctures as we speak this weekend. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that was out of stock that's in stock right now. You just got to be smart. You just got to be aware. It's common sense. Don't just say okay to your doctor when they want to try to do something else to you. Say why and what. What is this doing for me? Why are we doing it? How is it solving my underlying issue? If they can't answer that, then say, why are you trying to prescribe it to me? And better yet, ask them, how can we start weaning myself off this prescription drug to maybe be able to go a little bit more natural with herbs? If you have a good doctor, they would support that because then they can actually help run tests as you all are weaning off prescriptions and weaning into natural herbs. They can run tests and see if it's working. And then that would be a good doctor. That would be a doctor that I would truly trust. If someone that has your best interest in their mind and not just the money. Because you gotta remember, they're making money off your visit. I mean, they're double, triple, quadrupling up on one visit with you. And the more prescription pads that they can write out, the more money they made off you. It's silly. It sucks that that's the way that our world has become, but it's where we are. We are greedy, we are selfish, and we are impatient. But if we can get away from the greedy doctors, if we can start having people think about others, and then most importantly, if we can have some patience, because the reason synthetic drugs are so popular is because it does something to you immediately. You take 1 or 2 pills and then you're already starting to go into la la land, no pain, no issues. It's masking it immediately. Herbs are different. Herbs need to be in your system. They need to be in your system and you can never get resistant to them. Your body will always absorb the nutrients and the medicinal properties of the herb forever because it's natural, because God put it here to solve what ails us. It's all here. There is everything on this earth that we need to eat, to stay healthy, and to be a happy person. It's all grown on earth. It's not made in a lab. It's that simple. Start doing your research. Start getting serious about natural medicinal herbs. Jen and I are so passionate about this because we don't want you all to have the same story that this acquaintance had. We don't want anybody to end up in cardiac arrest for something that didn't need to happen, for an herb that could have solved this from the get-go and never even saw a hospital. We are so passionate about opening people's eyes about what is out there for them that can start getting them healthy naturally. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be super simple for you all. With the stuff that you have, you need to do good research. You need to talk to health professionals. Talk to your nurses and nurse practitioners and any other healthcare field. The ones that aren't getting the contract money from Big Pharma, talk to them. There's a lot of good medical professionals that are natural healing professionals. Start talking to them. Start saying, hey, that Stivers Homestead group said that this might help blood pressure. What's your opinion? Get second opinions. Get third opinions. Get 4 opinions. It doesn't matter. It's your body. You don't have to trust one. You don't have to trust me. Go ask somebody else. Go talk about it. Ask the hard questions. Ask the hard questions to open your eyes to the beautifulness of an herb and what it can do to our bodies. But it takes you putting some effort in. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to put the effort in? Comment down below. I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to do it. I'm going to do it because I know you can. And this is how we win. This is how we fight. Big Pharma is one of those things that will probably never go away. However, they don't know the power of the people. I think they opened their eyes for that, thing the other day, a couple years back. We're strong. We can take them down. But we need commitment from everyone. Are you willing to commit? That is the question. Shoo! Got a little passionate on that one. It's big. It's a big one. It's a big one to talk about. It's a big one to discuss. It's a big one to make sure that people are continuously seeing. We have a big weekend ahead. We got a lot of stuff to do. We got a lot of tinctures and salves to make. I got some Airbnb guests, and then we also have some friends coming down. And it's nuts. It's a nuts weekend. So I hope you all have a good weekend. If you're catching this later, there should still be plenty of stuff out on our site if you are wanting to check it out. And even if you just want to check it out and read on some of the stuff, some of the different tinctures that we make, it's all out there. It's thestivershomestead.com. And just check it out. Have some interest. Start there for your research. And then let it umbrella out from there and spider web out. All right, y'all. If you're new around here, please hit that subscribe button. We'd love for you to stay around. We do 3 videos a week with some shorts in between there. We usually do a little gardening, a little cooking, and then these barn chats. So it's a wild variety of things, but it's a lot of fun, and we love getting to know you all down in the comments and just continuing this journey, y'all. Self-sustainable. Till the next one. Bye, y'all.